Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Sean Be Nice, back again with some more Heat Rock, and today I'm here to tell y'all why I did what I did, because I had to do it, what I did. So,
black Kemet gods, black Egyptian gods, summoned from heaven, blessed, dressed in only go yard, homie go hard, like Stone and Robin.
I finally caved and I bought an iMac. I know a lot of y'all ready to kill me in the comment section because I specifically said I won't buy no iMac, I won't buy an Apple product, and and yeah, all that good stuff, man. But the truth of the matter is, man, Adobe Premiere Pro just is not optimized for Windows. So the last machine that I had, you guys know, you see my reviews on it. I had the Lenovo 4K Yoga 720 NVIDIA GTX graphics card. You know, it was a 1050. I mean, it was like a pretty powerful, it was an Ultrabook, you know? So I'm thinking like, hey, this should breeze through anything I throw at it with no problem. But guarantee, you know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, at the time when I was recording my videos, I was doing a lot of 1080p. Now that I'm not doing 1080p no more, I kind of upgraded to, I done upgraded to the Lumix GH5. The Lumix GH5 usually shoots 4K, 60 frames per second at 150 bits. Well, it's 8 bits, but it's like usually like 150 megabytes per second or whatever. Like, that's the bit rate. The bit rate is usually like around 150. So some really heavy files. But usually when there is no way I can edit those files. Like, I can edit them, but I had to create proxies on my Lenovo machine. But even with the proxies, once I started adding like certain transitions or just like any type of motion graphics, oh man, I had to render that out. And even with the rendering, it would still take a long time. And it would really kind of just suck the life out of me to kind of move on to the next video. Now I know what you guys are probably thinking, why not just do all your videos at once and then it's kind of, you know, have all your videos go to media encoder. Problem is with that, again, the export times wasn't really a bother me because I figured like once I'm done with the video, who cares? Now the problem is with that, I want to be able to see what I'm doing in real time. I need to be able to see how the transition is going to affect the shot or any other After Effects thing that I'm doing. So that was really important to me. And so far, this iMac, yo, it is, to me, is at least way less spec than my original PC that I had. So the current iMac that I have is a quad-core i5, only got 8 gigabytes of RAM, 3.4 gigahertz, okay? That's what it's clocked at. 1 gigahertz, well, 1 terabyte of Fusion drive, so it's not like a lot of SSD. I will be buying a separate SSD, trust me, I know already. So it's not like super powerful, but when I edit my 4K footage on Final Cut Pro, it is literally breezing through it like as if I'm not even doing anything with it. Like I have 4K clips stacked on top of 4K clips, and it was handling it with no problem. Versus on my Lenovo, which I don't have anymore, I sold and it just couldn't do it like that. And I honestly kind of like Final Cut Pro. I thought I was gonna hate it because I already got used to Adobe Premiere Pro. It was just something I got used to, but Final Cut Pro, technically, it's a better deal for me because one, after you really do like the math, you're spending like over 500 bucks a year for Adobe Premiere Pro, like every year, versus with Final Cut Pro, it's like $300 until they upgrade from like Final Cut Pro X to like Final Cut Pro, I don't know, 11 or something like that. Then you still pretty good, but then again, it's only a one-time $300 fee and you good like until they decide to do it again, you know what I mean? So it's just, to me, one, it was a better buy, and two, it's just better optimized. Now that's something I can't take away from Apple anymore. I'm just gonna go ahead and admit it. Apple, when it comes to optimization, they got the game on smash with that, yo. Like, I can clearly see that now because their PCs and their hardware usually be having like top spec or heavy spec, but they're able to run things with no problem, which goes to show you that, like I've been telling people all the time, like usually specs don't mean anything. It's really about optimization. So it really doesn't matter. Like, for example, I am definitely thirsty for the Galaxy Note 9. Granted that the Galaxy Note 9 has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. If Samsung didn't really fix or even look at their standby time issue, it's really not gonna be that much of a huge difference. You may be seeing maybe close to what you're seeing on like the Galaxy S8 Plus, because the Galaxy S8 Plus was a pretty good battery life, but I mean, you figure a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, you gotta do something, right? Again, that really depends on the optimization. And with this machine here, yo, like, I'm just telling you right now, it's optimized like hell and I love it to death, honestly, so far. And it was crazy, I haven't even had it that long, yo. And like, I'm still learning how to work this thing. I don't even know what a power button is, yo. Like, well, not the power button, I didn't know how to turn it off. You know what I'm saying? I had to like literally look through the windows. Now, let's kind of get into the things that really, it's not all like sunshine with this iMac. So the only thing like that kind of really bothered me is like, one, I really don't care for the keyboard that came with it or the mouse. That mouse, trash. So I'll be using my MX Argo or whatever, how you want to pronounce it. I'll be using that mouse on this iMac. I will not be using the Magic Mouse. That mouse is straight basura. Wait, just straight basura. So, sí, bien español es más o menos, way. Yeah, you know, hablas más o menos. I might stick to the keyboard just because I like the Bluetooth connectivity with it, but more than likely I will be getting a different keyboard because that mouse and that keyboard is just not for me. Now, one thing I can say is this display, like 5K, like, wow. So I was doing a lot of my edits on, what's crazy is I wasn't even editing on my Lenovo 4K screen. I was editing on just so I could have a dual monitor setup. I was editing on a Samsung 1080p monitor. You guys see my monitor. And compared to what I'm editing on now, it's a way bigger canvas. I really don't even need dual screens right now. I mean, and sometime I will get one, but right now I kind of broke the bank with that. But right now I'm perfectly fine with it. Like, I love editing on this machine so far, man. I'm really happy with my purchase. So here's one thing I did want to touch on before I end this video. I see that a lot of YouTubers, and I sometimes fall victim to this as well. Like, we always get the latest and greatest, the best of something. It's like, yo, normally speaking, most people are not going out to spend that type of money on tech. Like, no one's going out to spend like $2,700 to $3,000 on a MacBook Pro if they're not really editing. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, a lot of YouTubers just kind of went straight to the Core i7, and it kind of leaves you, because I was Google searching like crazy, trying to find videos on people that's talking about, hey, because I was considering a MacBook Pro 13-inch or the iMac. Now, this is the 2017 model. I don't have a problem with that because it's still handling everything I need to do. But it's really hard to find YouTubers who just kind of just review the basics. And I think I'm gonna start transitioning to that a little bit, maybe just reviewing like base model items for you guys so you can just know and get an idea, because I already know YouTube's gonna be covering the super heavy spec stuff. And it's like, yo, B, you either got a review unit or you got the bread to go spend on that. I ain't got that. And I'm telling y'all right now, I ain't got that type of bread to be sitting there spending $6,000 to $7,000 on a laptop or no computer. It's not happening, fam. Once I get up there, get some more bread, maybe, but other than that, I'm just like y'all, I need to bash shit at a budget. And if it's not hitting my budget, then oh well. So this iMac was at a budget, but it does everything I need to do and it's the base model. So if you're a YouTuber or a content creator, this will not hurt your pockets like that. I mean, I don't know what your situation is, but it won't hurt it like the other machines that's out there. You don't really need a MacBook Pro with the Super Radeon graphics card foundation. So like, if you can afford it, go get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not counting your pockets, but all I'm saying is base model items handle things just as well. So don't be fooled by this YouTubers only showing y'all just the top high-end spec items. With that being said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. It took a lot for me to pour my heart out to y'all in front of this camera and talk to you guys about how I bought an iMac, how I caved in, and I've officially switched from Windows to Mac OS. And I'm not mad about it. I'm actually very happy with the purchase that I made. So, if you enjoyed the video, the only thing I ask y'all to do, man, is smash that like button, share the video, help your homeboy out. I really do appreciate it. It's your boy Sean Be Nice, and I'm out, man. Deuces.